Yeah.
Why don't men ever make the first move anymore?
Because women want to be men.
No, they don't.
Well, you're so hyper focused on being a man that men don't want to approach you anymore. It's gross. Men don't care about your independence or high flying status. We want peace, not chaos that you bring with competition of trying to be better than what we are. We don't offer any value to you anymore if you can have whatever it is that you want. So, if you want to be approached by a man, then you need to learn how to be a woman.
Women.
If you go out and you are receiving non-stop attention, you need to go home and change. You look cheap and you look easy. I'm going to tell you the most counterintuitive thing you've ever heard. And I know it makes no sense, but hear me out. Hear me out. When you do go out with friends or on dates or whatever the case may be, and barely any men come up to you, few once in a while, whatever, that's how you know you did it right. You need to look expensive. You need to look like, if you are going to approach me, am I in your price range? Because this hoo-ha ain't cheap. And here's a tip to do it. Pick one asset and show that. So it's either your boobs, your butt, your legs, your back. Show no more than that. Men like a little mystery. If you show everything, what do they need you for? They can see every little curve on your body. They've seen it. What's to do? Pick one body part and accentuate that. So if you go out and you're feeling so good and every man at that bar is hitting on you, girl, go home. Nothing good will come of it. And the men who do hit on you are trash. You look easy as fuck. I know that's harsh, but mommy's here to help you. I love you.
Men are not approaching women because they're afraid of the woman calling him a freak or weird or creep or threatening, when he is probably, in most cases, just trying to have a simple interaction and get her number or start a conversation. But I've seen so many TikToks where a woman will go viral for telling a story about how a man came up to her and said something very normal, but she calls him a freak and calls him weird or threatening or whatnot, probably because she just didn't find him attractive. But at the same time that's happening, women really want men to make the first move because they want an assertive man who's brave enough to come talk to a stranger. So I totally understand both perspectives, but they clash. So what do we do about this scenario? No one's talking to anyone. No one's getting any numbers. What do we do?
It really is a very simple fix. Just be more open. That's it. Be more open. If a man is coming up to you, now, if a man comes up to you and he's doing weird stuff, then obviously, I don't think anybody would be mad that you record that. Hey, look at this guy. Guy, get away from me. I'm calling the cops right now. Hey, Susie, call the cops. Look at this guy. I don't think that anybody would be mad about that. I think people get upset when a man has a genuine response or a genuine ask of you. Hey, how are you doing? My name is Justin. What's your name? Hey, how you doing? My name is Kurt. What's your name? Oh, he was ugly, so I put him on TikTok. Why? For what? That's what people get upset about. You didn't have to do that. You could have just said, no, thank you. But because for some reason you want your ego boosted and you want validation, you decided to do it at his expense.
Hey, bro. What?
Oh my! Stop approaching women you know you cannot afford. You already see the woman's lifestyle. You see how she living.
So if she's already living that lifestyle all on her own, what exactly is the issue?
You know you can't afford it. Now when she asks you for money to upkeep the lifestyle that she's already living.
Wait. What exactly are these women in these scenarios doing? Why would they be asking men for money in the first place? I thought these women were strong and independent and could do things all on their own. And obviously they've been maintaining their lifestyles beforehand. But yet they would ask men for money while they're dating. That's why they're giving the impression that some women aren't as strong and independent as they want everyone else to think that they are. It's either that or they just view men as walking ATMs. So which one is it?
You want to get an attitude. Go be with your type. She's not your type.
Right. They should be with their type, shouldn't they? The type of women that actually want a relationship and don't view men as just a means to an end.
Single by choice and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun and usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
I'm going to tell you how to make him obsessed with you. Use it carefully, but I'm going to tell you. Number one, be the prize, not the pursuer. The minute you start chasing, you shift into masculine energy. Men don't value what is handed to them. They value what they perceive as high status or slightly out of reach. Instead of proving yourself to him, let him prove himself to you. He's the one applying for the role and not the other way around. Imagine walking into a luxury boutique versus a discount store. In the boutique, you don't just grab things, run around and rummage everything around. Be the boutique, not the discount store. You understand the perceived value? Number two, give him something to miss. If he always knows where you are, what you're doing, and who you're doing it with, and how you feel about him, there is no mystery. Distance creates desire. Whether it's physical space or emotional restraint, leave some things unsaid. Zip your mouth. Instead of texting every detail of your day, just say, I can't wait to see you, and leave room for curiosity. When you see a trailer of a movie, you don't just want to know what happens in the movie, you want to watch the full movie. Let the movie develop. Number three, be the woman he feels lucky to have. Men get hooked on perceived value. This isn't about being hot. It's about being the kind of woman he admires and has respect for. Have standards. A man always treats you at the level you accept. Test. If you stop putting in effort tomorrow, does he step up or does he fade away? A man who values you will chase harder and not get lazy. Number four, make him feel like a man. Men fell in love with the way they feel around you. Ask for help, even if you don't need it. Give him a role to play, protector, provider, problem solver. They thrive off that. He wants to be the superhero. When he does something for you, show real excitement. Not fake, over-the-top stuff, but genuine feminine appreciation. Be like, oh my God, how did you know? That was exactly the thing I needed, blah, blah, blah. Number five, have a life outside of him. If you make him the center of your world, baby, he'll take that for granted. High value men don't want a woman who just sitting around waiting for his attention. Be busy, have hobbies, go out with your friends, let him see you thriving without him. That is the most important thing. Text him something like, can't text much today. My schedule's super packed, but can't wait to see you tonight.
I cannot believe that I let somebody abuse me for 3 years. And I'm crying because I'm just so happy. I know it sounds crazy, but for the first time in, oh my God, almost 4 years, I can feel my heart getting put back together, from all the pain, because I finally decided to leave. I finally decided I did not deserve to be treated like that at all. And it's just so crazy because I did not think I was going to get to this point. It's so hard to trust God in the midst of so much pain. But oh my God, it's so, I can't even explain it. I'm crying because I'm just so excited. But I was driving this morning and I could literally feel my heart being put back together, stitched back together. It's such a wild concept, but it's wow, God really does have a plan and he knows the answer, and it is going to work out day by day. It's just takes a little bit longer than you want it to, but it's just, oh my God, anybody that is struggling and their partner is not making the effort and showing them unconditional love, leave, because you are going to be so much happier without that person, because it's not normal to be with somebody who doesn't make you a better person, who doesn't make you enjoy life. That's what having a partner is. But I'd share that with you because it's exciting, it's growth, and a lot of people have followed me on my divorce journey on here. So
Narcissist is always going to make your reaction, the problem, bigger than the actual problem itself. I will give you a example.
My ex-husband used to talk to multiple women on Instagram, texting, you name it. We used to hit up multiple women. Anyways, I would catch him and then I would obviously flip because I was so upset that he would do that to me. And then he would always be like, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. But then he would do it again. We'd fix things. Not even a day later, catch him. Hey, babe, can I look at your phone? It builds trust. No, he literally wrestled me for his phone. I should have known then and there after about 20 wrestling sessions. Probably shouldn't have been married to the loser. Anywho, but you need to be careful because it literally will get in your head. And what I mean by that, I remember before I actually filed for divorce, I was sitting with my parents and I was like, I'm the problem. Like, I yell at him. He deserved to be yelled at. Like, he's a liar and a cheater and a user. Yeah, and a user more than one way, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so if you're with a narcissist like that, you're really not the problem. They just convince you that you are, but you're really not. There's nothing wrong with being upset that your husband cheats on you. Like, just leave his ass. Don't do what I do and try to make excuses up and think that you're the problem because you're not. If he wanted to be married to you, then he would act like it.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is too good not to share. Okay, so it's 4 a.m. and oh my God, I'm the ugliest crier, but it's 4 a.m. I'm in bed and I'm literally, everybody knows that, like, I'm going through a divorce, but I've been so happy, like, the past, 2 weeks. Like, God is stitching my life back together. Like, everything is starting to come back together and I'm, like, genuinely the happiest I've been in so long. Well, I'm, like, sleeping and I just ask God, I'm like, God, I need your comfort because it gets so lonely. And I could literally feel, I am not even exaggerating, I could literally feel hands as I was sleeping around me. Like, it's like supernatural and crazy. I know it sounds wild, but it was just too good not to share. And I could feel, even around my, feet, I felt like there were hands, like a weighted blanket, but in a good sense, like a safety net. And it was just too good not to share. It's just crazy because when you think you're not going to make it through, you will make it through. I literally get hundreds of messages from women being like, how do I leave my husband? He's a narcissist. He cheats on me. He beats me. He's a drug addict. You name it. I literally had to give it to God because what God has for you is so much better. I know I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? Does get lonely, but I am not alone, and what you want is on the other side of fear. But I just had to share it with you because it was just crazy. Like, I literally could feel arms around me all night long. Just so good. So yeah.
Now.
Women. Now let me ask you a question. How come when men express this level of loneliness or express this level of wanting companionship, not even this level, just close to this level of wanting a companion, this woman is full-blown crying, I need somebody to help me. If a man were to do this, he needs to man up, he needs to straighten up. You're not lonely enough. The male loneliness epidemic, this is male consequences epidemic nonsense and all that other foolishness.
So many of you know that I'm going through a high conflict divorce of 22 years of marriage. And last night I went through a pretty traumatic experience where my husband decided to break into my home at 3:30 in the morning while I was sleeping. And then today, last night technically, I filed a restraining order against him, which is something I didn't want to do, but I feel like I didn't have a choice because according to my lawyer, that now he can no longer control me with finances. He's going to control me in other ways. And then she just felt like this is already writing your ending, basically. So if you don't get some sort of court order protection, the next thing he'll have control over is taking your... So I didn't have a choice.
So today is not a good day. I feel terrible about all of it. I just want a peaceful divorce. I just want to move on with my life. And it just seems like every step I get closer, it just drags me back down. So, I just wanted to give a quick update. I haven't even brushed my hair. I haven't done anything, so but I just want to give that little bit of update.
Home Depot to act confused in the lumber section because I need to find a date to a wedding in the next 7 days. I refuse to go to another wedding without a +1, so I'm going to go act lost. It shouldn't be hard. I'm not one with Home Depot. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and I don't really give a I'm bound to meet a stud in the lumber section. I feel like the light bulbs is where like the married men hang out, so I'm going to stay far away from the light section. Maybe power tools. I'll let you guys know how it goes, but my goal is to at least walk out with 2 numbers. I'll be fine.
Every time I'm officially dating and getting to know an older man. And when I tell you, life has been so different, but for the better. For the better. So let me tell you, if you've never dated an older man, what it is like, what you can expect, and how you should be moving. Number 1, I've realized that older men don't play games. They're not going to do the, oh, let me text you back 2 days from now and let me play like all that bullshit hard to get, acting like a little man child diva thing. They ain't doing none of that. They need your authentic self to come out from the get-go. Okay? They like you to be yourself. They're going to ask you the hard questions. They're going to pay attention to how you truly are. They're going to ask you about your past, your present, and what your future goals are and make sure that they align. All right? The same way how a lot of us women, we need to ask the questions to make sure that a man aligns with us. They also doing that work to make sure you align with them. Okay? So you have to be honest. You have to be forthcoming. You have to be real because they're going to see through your BS. And I will say it's the first time in my life I feel an immense amount of respect for a man that I'm getting to know. And I understand everyone's different. There's people that are older that are still children inside. There are people that are younger that are super wise and have tons of life experience. But I will say this, the man that I'm getting to know, he's just amazing. He's amazing. He's warm and kind and real and funny and cool and swaggy, and that's a lot. So I'm saying, sis, if you don't know how to meet older men, let me know if I should make a series on this. But I will say this might be the life hack that I've never tried before that actually might be changing everything for me for the better. And the funny thing is, too, one of my exes told me that I should be dating an older man. I'm like, he manifested it for me. Thank you.
I honestly feel like y'all are just dead set on wasting your time. Y'all would like to waste most men's time, but most men won't go for the little games you guys are trying to play. Instead of just doing right, y'all would rather drive around trying to figure out how to do wrong.
Older men, listen up. Hey everyone, it's your favorite housewife, Izzy. So you like to date older men, mainly because they're established. Don't tell me that you like them for any other reasons, my love, because let me tell you something. A 27-year-old without clothes on does not look like a 57-year-old without clothes on, and you are not going to pick the 57 or 67-year-old without clothes on, giving me option. But whatever, we all did it. I did it for food for the better half of my 20s. I just want you to think about some things. It's great to date, and it's a lot of fun. But I need you to realize that you're in your 20s now, and he's in his 40s, maybe 50s. But when you're in your 40s, he's going to be in his 60s, maybe 70s. Some factors I need you to think about. Does he have kids? Are you going to be splitting the lot with the kids? How much does that leave you? Does he want more kids? Are your kids going to have to split the lot with his kids? Is there enough in that lot for the lifestyle you're living now and your future kids and his kids to live? Because he's going before you and you're going to still be young and have a lot of life to live. When you are 50, he is going to be 70 and you are essentially going to be slightly his nurse. When I look at some of my exes that were 20 years older than me now, I'm like, they're such old men and I am a young woman. Now, I am not telling you not to date them and have a great time on their tab and make sure that they are investing in your future. What I am saying is there really a reason to marry them if there's not a G5 and a giant yacht that's going to be...
Two older men hit different. And let me tell you something. I'm not a seasoned vet in this. I've only dated one older man, and it is the older man that I'm dating now. I like to call him a seasoned gentleman. Okay. I would say yes. It's very different in a positive way. And it is due to the fact that he has learned from his past and he's used the knowledge that he's learned and actively worked on himself. He goes to therapy. He has 2 therapists. He is very ambitious, very honest, very authentic. He's very sure of himself. And he is very in tune with himself. And because of those attributes, he's able to love and respect me in a beautiful and honest, authentic way. Now, do all men do this? No. People can live to 300 years old and never get to know themselves. People can be 5, 10, 15 years old and are authentically themselves and want to be better. So it's not necessarily just because of his age. It's a lot to do with who he is as a person. But I will say that probably on average, most men don't do that kind of work until they're older or until they realize they have to for whatever reason. So short answer, I'm going to say yes, it does hit different, but because of the man.
I haven't been discriminating against like older or younger men. Like I've kind of been both teams. I sort of want to be somebody's mommy and like just be older than them. I think that would be kind of hot. But at the same time, I've always had a love for like an older person and just being like innocent and sweet and like small and young. And I think will choose the older man because I think it's so funny when they're like telling you a story like, oh yeah, back in my day, whenever we used to have like, you know, the CD player, portable CDs. And I'm like, what's that? What's a portable CD? And they're like, oh yeah, we used to put cassette tapes in our cars and get down to this. I'm like, what's a cassette? You're like so old. I've never even heard of that. What is that? Again, like, honestly, some of the things I actually have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. I'm like, I've never heard of that. I never had a MySpace, but like some people would just be like, oh my god, that was this shit, like LimeWire or whatever the fuck. Like, what the hell? I really don't know what that is, but I think it's so like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so young compared to you. Oh, shut up.
Mind you, we're hearing this said online. We're hearing her say this type of stuff online. It's weird. Whatever you got going on, if a man were to say this, it would be weird.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I'm dating someone 25 years older than me. Yeah, an age gap relationship. And let me tell you the pros and let me tell you the cons. Because, baby, which one outweighs the other? Honestly, I feel like I always knew I was going to be with someone much older than me. Okay, not much older, but older, okay? And basically, I think is more pros than cons. And that's why I'm in an age gap relationship. Pros are, I feel like they're more ready to settle down, which is good. You don't have to deal with a lot of drama. I'm drama a little bit myself, so we don't need like to clash. I feel like they're more patient too. I could be wrong, I don't know, but I feel like they're more patient with you versus someone my age. Like, I love that. It's also kind of fun because we're in totally separate generations and it's just like so exciting because I can show him like my lifestyle and he shows me his and it's just like so fun. Sometimes we don't agree with things because of our age gap, but that's okay.
I feel like they're more mature. In most cases, they are because they have wisdom and things like that, and they lived a while. So, yeah, you can learn a lot from somebody that's much older than you. And I love that because I'm all here for learning new things. The cons are honestly, it's not that bad. Like the stares in public, of course, people stare because they're like, what's the dynamic of this relationship? They can't seem to figure it out. But yeah, the stares I'm kind of used to it now. Of course, family members not agreeing. My family, they accept him because they know who he is. He's a genuine, sweet guy, and I love that. It would be hard if my family didn't approve of him, but they do. Another con is sometimes, since I'm in a different generation, he doesn't get why I do certain things. It's just because, like, I was born into, like, the electronic social media type of stuff, and he really wasn't. So that's kind of like a conflict with like social media, but that's okay, we're working that out. But yeah, that's literally like all the cons that I can think of. Age gap relationships aren't bad, honestly. If you're thinking about being in an age gap, just do it. Like, who cares what other people think? Like, age is just a number.
Guys do not approach you at the bar not because you're not pretty, but it's because of this. I've been going to the bars every weekend with my friends, maybe for the past couple months, and I love it. I love socializing, and I'm single. And my friend and I were talking at the bar the other weekend, and we were talking about how we've never been approached by a single guy before. Like, maybe ever, which is just insane to think about. Like, I can name a couple occurrences where they have, but it was like, people from Europe, and they're like a different breed of people, okay? So I feel like the culture in America is way different. Guys do not want to approach you, not because of how pretty you are or how you look, but it's really because they're scared of you. And then us women over here who are single are thinking like, we look amazing, we did our makeup, we chose the perfect outfit. Why aren't all these guys coming up to us? Even if we're not into them, why don't they just come up just to like make us feel good about ourselves? Okay. Now I want you to think of the perspective of a guy. I'll never know what's in a man's head, but I have a pretty good idea from like my guy friends and going out a lot. Guys are intimidated by you, okay? They don't all have that courage or charisma or just bravery to go up to you like you have to somebody else. And on top of just being intimidated by going up to a stranger in general, you're probably surrounded by a big group of friends. And even worse if you're surrounded by your guy friends, because they're going to assume that you're dating one of them, and no one wants to go up to a girl who's surrounded by a bunch of guys, okay? It's just a cock block. So now you're probably thinking, okay, we have this information, but what do we do with it? First off, I don't really think bars are the best place to really find a relationship. It's great to meet people, have fun, really get to know other people. But if you're putting all your eggs in one basket and really putting so much pressure on finding a guy that will take you seriously, it's going to be very hard. The other thing is that we always make fun of dating apps a lot, but I think the percentage is something like 60% of people now meet their significant other on the internet, because people don't go up to other people anymore because they know they can meet you on a dating app. It's so much easier. This past Saturday, I literally went up to a group of guys and was like, do you want to play cards? I wasn't attracted to any of them, but I'm so happy I did it because I made a new group of friends and it was so much fun. And initially I thought that they weren't that fun. Like, they just seemed like they were like moping around. They all had RBFs, like whatever. And I went up to them and they ended up being the funniest group of guys ever. And I'm sure a lot of guys think of you that way too. You might have like an RBF or just you don't seem approachable. But little do they know how you really are. So the takeaway from this video is that guys not coming up to you out in public says nothing about you. You can literally be like Gigi Hadid and a guy's still not going to come up to you. Guys are intimidated, and it takes so much courage to go up to a girl. And a lot of guys are cheap and just don't want to buy you a drink, and they're scared of getting used for a drink, which kind of sucks. But
this is comment to point out how messed up we are in the way we date. Hey, so I'm single and I'm looking for somebody. Oh, like a hookup or a relationship? A relationship, like my long-term partner, baby daddy, husband. Oh, so you're probably going to want to know who that person is before you pick them to make sure, they're decent and who you're looking for, right? Oh no, that's extreme. I'm going to kiss a stranger and hope they're what I'm looking for. Is that what you mean? Because that's exactly what you guys are doing. And make no mistake, I did that too, which is how I ended up with the abusive guy and the cheaters. The thing is, anybody who says waiting 3 months for a first kiss when you've just met somebody, but you're looking for somebody who's going to stick around for the next 50 to 70 years is extreme. You gotta wonder what's going on in our culture. And I've asked those questions. And the answer is we're following the guy's timeline. Guys who have 24/7 fertility cycles. And they've brainwashed us into thinking that if we don't kiss right away, they're going to walk away and we're going to miss an opportunity to have a relationship. But the fact is, the ones who walk away weren't the ones looking for a relationship. They were the ones looking for somebody. Somebody. I'm not looking for the guy looking for somebody. I'm looking for the man who's looking for me. So if you don't want to get to know me, please keep walking. If you're selfish, impatient, immature, and lack impulse control, keep walking. If you don't care to get to know who I am, keep walking. If you think 3 months is too long to kiss me and have sex with me, but you're trying to tell me you're going to stick around for 7 years, bullshit, motherfucker, keep walking. Smart women are no longer doing the kiss to see where it goes. They're no longer blindly falling into a relationship and hoping this is the decent one. Smart women are seeing where it goes, giving a time and space boundary, no kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months, and seeing who stands out above the crowd. Which one is consistent, thoughtful, caring, patient, hardworking, conscientious, shows up. All the rest, goodbye, motherfucker. We're vetting now. We're not just blindly falling into a relationship. You gotta show us who you are.
I think I understand where you're coming from with this, 3-month rule. I do understand it, but I think maybe there's some other things that you need to consider. It sounds like maybe, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but it sounds like you've been messing with other dudes. And now you're trying to have somebody else pay a premium for the stuff that you've been doing. For you having to learn that Chad and Tyrone didn't actually like you. For you having to learn that the guys that you wanted didn't actually want you. And now he has to pay a premium for it. Now he has to wait 3 months. We're not talking about sleeping, because that's what you added that on a little bit later. We're talking about for a kiss. A guy has to wait 3 months to get a kiss. That's, if you don't want to, you're not the person for me. Nobody's going to be the person for you. We're talking about a kiss, not a little peck on the lips or on the cheek. You got to understand, during these 3 months, the man is still having to take you out on dates. The dates are probably going to cost, if he's lucky, 80, 90, $100. So if you're like 90, let's say it's $100, right? Because that's probably what you're going to want. That's probably going to be reasonable. Let's say he's taking you out 3 times a month. Not every time, but 3 times a month. That's $300 a month. You know what a man can do for $300 a month? So by the 3rd month, this man has already spent close to $1,000 on you. And he can't even get a peck on the cheek. You think that's a fair deal? To invest $900, $1,000 into somebody and not even get a peck on the cheek? What? Once again, we're not talking about sleeping with somebody. We're talking about a kiss for 3 months. And I understand you're trying to weed people out and trying to get to the good person, but you're expecting the man to go full throttle. I remember talking about this in another one of my videos, where men and women will line up at the starting point, and then women expect a man to it used to say, okay, I need a man to lead me and guide me. I want a real leader. So the man takes off about 5-10 feet in front. And then the woman says, you gonna go ahead and go? Let me go ahead and run behind you. Let me get to where you are. So I come up 10 feet and the man, okay, let's see if you can keep up. Let me go 20 feet. And okay, yeah, I can keep up 20 feet. Okay, let's go 40 feet. I go 40 feet. You made it to 35. Hey, you're learning. Hey, here's what you do to get to 40 feet. because you stopped at 35. That's a man teaching you. That's a man leading you. But a man off top can get to about 100, 150 feet, and you still be back there at the finish, at the starting point. And the man's like, where you at? How come you're not running with me? Well, I think that 150 feet is the bare minimum. I think you need to be at least 400 feet down the road. But at 300, 400 feet, the race is over. You want me to finish the race before you even started? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I want you to drop $900 on me before you even get a peck on the cheek. What? I want you to date me. And mind you, those are just the dates. I didn't include no flowers in there. I didn't include no little gifts. I didn't include no little impromptu picnics or sending you money to get your nails done or sending you money for lunch. That's just me taking you out on a date. Let's say it's not $100. Let's say by some stretch of the imagination, you can get away with $50 a date 3 times. That's $150 per month. $450 I have to spend before I get a peck on the cheek. I could spend that $150 on cable, on my cell phone bill, on my gas for my car, on my light bill. There's a lot of things I can do at $150 that I got lying around, but I'm giving it to you. But really, honestly and truly, in 3 months, it's probably going to be closer to about $650, $700. There's a lot of stuff that I can do with $700, to be honest with you. But you want me to put 700 and some odd dollars into you, and you hadn't even started the race yet. What? How is that a deal? And to get up on here talking like that with your chest puffed out. Yeah, you gonna invest in me before I even give you a kiss. Do you know how silly you sound? Do you know how incredible? This is indicative. Because what y'all say is, well, if he does that, then I'm going to go that much harder. Y'all remember, I haven't heard it in a while, but y'all remember when women used to say, is it true? They make these videos now. Is it true that a man starts out at 100% and a woman starts out at 0? And then over time, he just comes down to 80 or 90 or 80 and then 70, and he just quits trying. And by the time she gets up to about however many percentage points, then he's already quit trying. Oh, why does he do that? By the time we get up there and we start trying, then he's quit. Well, because you started off at 0 and he started off at 100. Because even when he was at 90, you were still putting along at 5-10%. Even when he was at 80 freaking percent, giving you 80%, the best, he's giving you B average effort. You're still giving him, that's not even F. That's unsatisfactory 20% of your effort. And by the time that man would have to come all the way down to 50 for you to beat and give him 40-50% effort. What kind of deal is that? You're telling me I have to give you $1,000 to get a peck on the cheek? Are you delusional?
I'm not going to pretend that I don't think about my ex 100 times a day still, but I got an email today saying that my toll pass needed more money, and I was like, I don't drive. What is that? Oh, I forgot. I added his license plate to my toll pass thing when we went on a trip one time, and I never took it off. I wish I could make somebody fall in love with me, but I can't.
I don't care what kind of car you have. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care about your boat. I don't care about your house. I don't care about travel. I don't care about any of those things. I care about how you treat people. I care about how you treat me. You see, I've had those things. I don't want it if you're going to treat me like garbage. It's not worth it. I'm happy just sitting in my house, watching TV, watching Netflix, laughing. It's true.
You know the only people that say that.
My life is a joke. My last relationship was 5 years of nothing but abuse. I left that relationship thinking that I was going to change my life and be happy and worry about myself. Ended up meeting someone who only wanted a situationship with me for the last year and a half and showed me no love and respect whatsoever. And the funny part is they left me because I went to a bar. Just know I will not be dating from here on out. I'm straight.
I'm so single. My phone is so dry. Like, I don't talk to no one. I have no roster. I have no ex I can go back to. Like, I got nothing. I have, like, literally, I don't even go on dates. Like, it's gotten to a point where it's like, I'm so accustomed to being single and living on my own that I don't know if I could break this. You know what I mean? And, like, when I see other couples and I see all the they go through the compromise, and, like, I'm selfish. I'm so goddamn selfish, and, like, I'm starting to feel like I don't know how to relate to another person or care about another person's feelings, or, like, you know, I don't even notice the consequences of my own actions. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when you're single for so long and you choose yourself and your peace, like, people just think you're socially awkward because they think you don't read the room. But it's just like, I don't really care about anyone else's expectations or how they see me because I'm so, like, alone and I just do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? Like, does anyone else relate to this? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if I make any sense.
Hello.
Hi, is this Taylor?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Renee.
Oh.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm Jake's wife. So I supposedly y'all have, you know, been like cooking up and meeting up with each other for like quite a while now. And so like, I mean, did you know I like existed? And I mean, I'm just confused why you would continue to have relations with a married man. Like, if you knew about me, why would you continue to be with a man that's married?
Oh, yeah. First I just want to preface and say I had no idea that he was married, obviously, like...
But you didn't... I mean, I found his Tinder profile. You didn't see the picture of him pushing a stroller and think, maybe this man's married, or... Like, his bio literally says, just keeping it on the DL and that he's looking for some fun. Like, there were no red flags there?
I mean, like, obviously, like, I was like, oh, you have a kid? Like, I addressed that right away, just, like, to make sure. I'm looking for somebody with children. Like, I'm a single mom, and I wasn't really looking for anything serious. And so I did ask him about that, and he just told me that, like, he and his wife had just gotten divorced a couple months ago. Like, he wasn't really, like, when he made his account, like, he wasn't really in a place for anything serious. He just wanted something fun for a little bit. And so that's kind of just how it started for the both of us. And I just assumed he was another, like, a single father.
Okay, well, we're not divorced. And I literally just had a baby 8 weeks ago. Did he tell you that? We had a baby 8 weeks ago.
No. And I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I don't know what it's going to mean for, you know, the two of you or whatever, but now that I've talked to you and you've, like, confirmed what I've, you know, kind of heard, I'm definitely going to call him out. So,
yeah, I mean, 100%. So. I think, like, he, like, for the past couple months we've been talking about, like, maybe moving in together, but obviously now that I know, like, obviously it's done. I would never, and I feel so bad, and I'm so sorry. I had no idea that oh my God, that you had a baby, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's a little late for sorry, but yeah, I mean, whatever happens between the two of you happens between the two of you. But I'm just letting you know, like, I'm gonna let him know that we talked, and like, I'm definitely calling him out on this. So, like, I don't know if that means you guys, you know, maybe you guys will get what you want out of it, or I don't know, maybe you guys will like split, like you say. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to call you and confirm before I like, you know, called him out.
No, I
So
understand.
thanks for talking with me. But yeah, wow.
I'm sorry.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Honestly, it seems like to me that both of y'all are playing games. You and that woman, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if you still go back to that man, call him out. Really, what call him out means is, how dare you do that? We have a kid together. Delete her now. And that's about the extent of it. He's going to continue to roam free. And then you'll give that man chance after chance after chance after chance. Because he's your husband, I guess, and you've fallen deeply and madly in love with him. But then at some point in time, 25 years down the road, you'll divorce him. And then you'll get back out there with a couple of kids. And you'll place a premium on yourself. Because you're wiser and you're older. And you'll say, I'm not accepting the bare minimum. And you're going to expect the man to pay the premium. Even when you let other dudes dog you out. How is that going to work?